I want to ask you about your investigation, but first, let me get to this breaking news. I have in my hand a letter from the Department of Justice that was sent to the Southern District of New York on Saturday. By the way, Devin Archer is testifying on Monday. Do you usually see the DOJ send letters like this out on a Saturday?
Never. This is the first time I've ever heard of the Department of Justice doing anything on a Saturday.
So what is this letter? Can you walk us through it? The government is apprising the court of the status of Devin Archer's appeal of his judgment of conviction, and they request that the court set a surrender date for the defendant to report to a facility. Please walk us through what this letter says.
Yeah, the letter from the Department of Justice is trying to nudge the judge to go ahead and sentence Devin Archer for something unrelated to what we're going to be talking to him about tomorrow. It's odd that it was issued on a Saturday, and it's odd that it's right before he's scheduled to come in to have an opportunity to speak in front of the House Oversight Committee and tell the American people the truth about what really went on with Burisma. So, I don't know if this is a coincidence, Maria, or if this is another example of the weaponization of the Department of Justice, but I can tell you this. The lengths to which the Biden legal team has gone to try to intimidate our witnesses, to coordinate with the Department of Justice, and to certainly coordinate with the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee to encourage people not to cooperate with our investigation, to encourage banks not to turn over bank records, to encourage Treasury not to let us have access to those suspicious activity reports.
Devin Archer, one of Hunter Biden's closest business associates, is scheduled to testify behind closed doors today. 2 days earlier, he gets a letter from the DOJ reminding him that he needs to report to prison for his fraud crimes against the Native Americans. I know this is a lot of information and a lot's going on with a lot of different names that we normally don't hear. Devin Archer can collaborate the fact that Joe Biden does know what his son's business dealings are. And why is that important? Because Biden has been corrupt since he was the vice president. He has done it through his son and through these shell companies. Devin Archer is one of the few people who were in meetings with both Hunter and Joe and whatever governments that they were trying to sell influence to. Is it a coincidence that the DOJ sent this paperwork a couple days before his court case? If you received a letter saying, hey, we expect you to prison sooner, or hey, you belong in prison, we're waiting for your date, a couple days before you had to go on trial for something much bigger than frauding the Native Americans, we're talking about someone who can verify that the President of the United States has been selling influence since he was vice president over 8 years ago. This man has been the senator of Delaware for more than 30 years. If he is corrupt now, he has been corrupt for a while, and we are just now seeing it. I just hope none of his testimony changes because of these events. There's a big difference between individual congressmen trying to find the truth and heads of government departments attacking individual citizens. We need to stand up as the United States of America and not the federal government's people of America. This is vital. Otherwise, it will keep controlling us, and it will be a losing battle. This is not left versus right. It's not red versus blue. This is about people versus power and allowing America to truly be an independent nation, not just from other countries, but from our own federal government. The Bill of Rights was created because the first half are our personal rights, and the second half is the restriction of our federal government against its private citizens. If you're a Democrat and you're still going to vote blue, I understand. I just hope you see what's going on. If you're an independent that thinks it's all dirty, go to the Freedom Caucus. Go to the Freedom Caucus, look for libertarians. They'll at least have sound, rational points that will not be pushing feelings or force. We're living in one of the craziest election times ever. I thought 9/11 and COVID were big deals. If the United States government collapses, it's going to make those two things look like nothing. I hope you learned something. I'm Tristan with Radically Rational Radio. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay resilient.